Hello and welcome to our final week of my 20th anniversary celebration series. I have shared, after today, I will have shared four super adorable, amazing, either fun fold cards or movement cards. Today is no exception. This is the card we're making today, and look at, oh my gosh, it is so stinking cute. I just love this one. So we're going to use the Lighting the Way bundle. This is a gorgeous bundle in the mini catalog, and we'll talk more about that card in just a minute. Okay, there is so much going on, and I have not been live for, it's been a couple of weeks, I think. Even on my business page, I had some videos posting this week just because it was a kid's spring break. I wasn't sure what our activities were going to be, and it turned out to be a really busy spring break, so thank goodness I had stuff pre-planned ready to go. But spring break is wrapping up. Kids come back to school tomorrow, and I'll be back to my normal live schedule starting today, actually. I'll be live again in my business page on Wednesday. But before we get to that card, because I haven't been live in a while, I have so much to share with you guys. So let's just go over real quickly everything that's going on. Paper Pumpkin for April, the subscription period is now open. It is the All the Little Things kit. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful kit. There's going to be little iridescent pieces in the die cut, so it's going to be just so gorgeous. I think it's 9 cards. Yeah, 9 cards for each of 3 designs, and included in the kit there is a box organizer. The only way to get this box organizer is to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. It's only going to be shipped in the kits. This is not an add-on. You cannot purchase this separately, but this box organizer is going to be perfect for all those little ink spots you've been collecting. It's also modular, so you can kind of customize it to however you want. So if you have some blocks you want to store, you can do that. If you have maybe your take your pick tool, your bone folder, any other little things that you kind of carry around, you can really customize that box organizer for that. So if you want the April Paper Pumpkin kit, do not wait. The last day to subscribe for this one is April 10th. And that's going to be here before we know it, guys. We are headed into the final week of March, which is just crazy. All right. Our color refresh, I have mentioned this for most of the month. We are having a color refresh coming with the new annual catalog. This Wednesday, March 29th, is when we get all of the details. So it'll be the afternoon of March 29th. It won't be first thing in the morning. But this is going to be the last reminder for you to stock up on stuff like cardstock, ink pads, re-inkers. If it's a color you love, if it's a color you cannot live without, stock up on those things now. Once those colors hit that retired list on Wednesday afternoon, the colors are going to go very quickly. With the color refresh, it always happens. There's already ink pads in low inventory. There's already re-inkers in low inventory. So things will start progressing very quickly once that retired list is announced. So do not wait. If you have not placed your orders for those must-have colors, make sure that you get them now. Also happening on March 29th is the retired list for the annual catalog and the mini catalog. There will be some items discounted, but the discounts will not go into effect until April 4th. So this is what we've been told by Stampin' Up. So if there is an item on that retired list that you love, maybe you've been putting off buying it, but you really, really want it, it is going to be better for you to purchase that item before any of those discounts take effect on April 4th, because if the item sells out between March 29th and April 4th, you won't be able to get it. It's going to be gone. So watch for that coming on April or March 29th as well. So it's going to be a really busy week, especially Wednesday afternoon. It's going to be packed. So just watch for all that information coming. But the bottom line, guys, if there's something on your wish list, whether it's a color, a bundle, an accessory, whatever, please get it now. Do not wait. If those retire, then there's nothing I can do. There's nothing Stampin' Up can do if they sell out of them. All right, we are also wrapping up March, which is my 20th anniversary month. Today is actually March 26th, is actually the day that I signed up. Now, back when I signed up 20 years ago, we actually had to mail in forms. So probably I did it like a week ago, where I actually like filled out the forms and mailed it in. March 26th is just the day that they actually processed it. So, but March 26th still is my anniversary. So that is today. In honor of my anniversary, I am doing a sales little game here. So for every $50 you spend, you're going to get your name on a chart that looks like this. And once the charts are full, I will pull random names or pull random numbers. And if you are that winning number, then you can win a $50 shopping spree from me. So that is really exciting. The last day is March 30th or 31st? 31st. So that is this Friday to be entered into this. Make sure you are shopping my online store to be entered into this. Okay. Friday, I put out my information for my card crate for April. My card crate is my class to go for April. So this is the class that comes in the mail. I'm featuring the super adorable Rhino Ready bundle. Isn't this bundle is so stinking cute. I have played with this a little bit. It is so cute. The cards are adorable. These are note card sized. So you're going to get a full package of note cards and envelopes in your card crate kit, and you're going to make 2 of each card. You're going to make 12 cards total, and these cards are so stinking adorable. Now they're on the more simple side, but you're going to do a lot of coloring. I did the rhinos in 6 different colors, so you can choose what you love, what you want to do. If you want to, you know, just do all your rhinos gray or brown, whatever, that's fine. I went real crazy with this one, but I think that it is such a cute kit. So if you want this, I don't think there's a link in the video description, but I will add one to make sure that you can get this. It's also on my blog. You can head to my blog and it should be there. So details on that there. Okay guys, because it is my 20th anniversary, I'm giving away a prize. This is, I'm gonna, one person who comments on the video, I will give you until Wednesday. Everything's gonna happen on Wednesday. So Wednesday at noon, I will randomly pull a winner of somebody who's commented on the video, and they will win this prize. So this is the Thanks a Bunch stamp set. This is was available during celebration. I love this one. I did a lot with this one. And then you're also going to win a polka dot trash bin. This is a like yellow polka dot pop-up trash bin. These are so popular. These are only available to demonstrators. I have some brand new ones, so I'm going to give one away. So one winner will win this little bundle of goodies. Just make sure that you are commenting on the video to win. Okay. Let's get to today's card. If you are shopping, please make sure to use this host code. This one will be good through Friday. I will have a brand new host code coming on Saturday for April. If your order's over $150, do not use the host code. You'll get the Stampin' Rewards, and you'll still get all the make and takes for that PDF. You'll also get entered into that, my little prize for the month too. Okay, if you're watching us on Facebook, please share this with your craft friends. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out. Okay, guys, this is the card we're making today. Now, when you pull up on the card on the inside, look at that firefly. It just slides up and down. Isn't that fun? This is not as hard as it looks. I promise. I know last week's card, I didn't do it live, but I did post. It was a little crazy, right? It was a little crazy. And I'll admit that it took me 3 tries to make that card. So I admit it was a little crazy, but it's so worth it. But this week's card, I promise, is not as complicated. All right, we are using the Lighting the Way bundle. This is in the mini catalog, and this is such a fun bundle. It wasn't even really on my radar until I started seeing projects done with it. This lantern is pretty spectacular. You can see that one on my card. It's pretty amazing. But don't let this one pass you by. It's a really good one. Let me put that off to the side. It's good. All right, let's get started. I've already done a lot of the die cutting and stamping in advance. So let's just kind of sort our supplies, and then I will tell you what I've done. Now, you're going to need a total of 3 of these little fireflies or lightning bugs, whatever you call them in your neck of the woods. I've already put together 2 of them just to save a little bit of time. The dies for these lightning bugs, those are in that Lighting the Way bundle. So that's where all of these came from. So we'll talk more about these in just a minute. So I'm going to set aside my other pieces. We're going to put him together in a little bit. I also have 3 Saffron circles that I die cut with the very smallest circle die from the Stylish Shapes dies. These are going to go as the little lights on our little fireflies. So set those aside. I have already pre-stamped from that stamp set 2 of my leaves. I did this little kind of spriggy one in Garden Green, and then I did this little leaf in Parakeet Party, and I've already die cut these out. I stamped and die cut those, so we didn't have to do that. So I have those ready to go for our card as well. We're going to stamp our greeting, so I just have a little scrap of white that we're going to stamp our greeting on, and then my lantern is already die cut, and then from the layering circles dies, I have die cut circles from the Crush Curry and the Vellum Basics. Can you see the detail on that? There's like leaf detail on that. It is really pretty, and there's also polka dots and stripes in that Vellum Basics. So we're gonna assemble all this together. Again, in just a minute, I just want to go over and let you guys know all of what we have. I have some ribbons here, so I have some fresh freesia. This is a retiring in color, this here, so if you love fresh freesia, make sure you get it. And then I have just some vanilla baker's twine from the Essentials twine pack. Okay, let's talk about our card base. Our card base is crushed curry. We'll go into the size in just a minute. I have more of that vellum here. This is going to be a layer on our card. And then my two white pieces, the smaller one is going to go on the outside of my card, and this one is 5 by 3 3/4. It's going to go on the outside. We're going to actually do some ink blending on that. And then the inside piece is just going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So let's start with, you know what, let's do our ink blending first, because that'll give it some time to dry. So I'm going to move everything out of the way. So I have a scrap piece of grid paper here. This is the Stampin' Up grid paper. And we are going to ink blend onto this white piece of paper with 3 different purples. So we're going to use Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, and Fresh Freesia. Again, Fresh Freesia, that's a retiring color. So if you, and I think this ink pad is on low inventory. So if you love Fresh Freesia, make sure that you are stocking up on it now. Oh my gosh, I can't open it. What is wrong with me? There it goes. I was having trouble, guys. Okay, Highland Heather. So I'm going to go ahead and open all 3 of my purples here. I have the camera kind of zoomed in because I wanted you guys to see what I was doing, but I wonder if I'm zoomed in too much. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to have my colors off to the side there. And we're going to start with, I'm going to make sure I don't have any dark colors on here. I'm using one blending brush for all my purples, and I'm just going to go between them. So I'm going to start with my lightest color because I'm going from light to dark. So we're going to start with Fresh Freesia, and I'm going to start off on my grid paper, and we're going to go about 1/3 of the way down and just kind of keep going over. Use a light hand. It's easier to add more ink than to take it away. You really can't take it away. So once it's on there, it's on there. So just keep going, and we're just going to give a nice solid layer of Fresh Freesia. So keep going back. Always start on your grid paper. That will really help to keep all those little smudges off of your white paper. Okay, I think we're good with the Fresh Freesia. So that's about 1/3 of the way down. We're going to go into our Highland Heather now, and we're going to just do kind of this middle section. And I'm going to overlap that Fresh Freesia too. And just keep working it, you guys. It gets a little complicated, or not complicated, but the more you go over it, the more solid that color will become. So you're gonna get a good arm workout. Let's just say that. Okay, I think we're getting there. I think isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. Okay, let's go into Gorgeous Grape. This is our darkest color. We're gonna do the bottom in Gorgeous Grape, and it's gonna look a lot like Highland Heather at first. So just keep going over it until you get that dark purple. The Gorgeous Grape refill is, I think, on low inventory. I think I saw that on low inventory, which makes me really sad because Gorgeous Grape is probably my favorite purple. So, if they get rid of Gorgeous Grape, I think I'm going to be very, very sad. But we'll see. Again, we will know all the details this week. It's going to be a very busy Wednesday. My son is playing tennis, and he has a tennis match Wednesday afternoon, so I may be, half watching tennis and half scrolling a new catalog at his match, but we'll see. All right, I think that's good. So we have a nice little kind of ombre look from Gorgeous Grape to Highland Heather to Fresh Freesia. Isn't that pretty? Now, if you want to go in to blend some of the other colors, if you want to kind of go in and just kind of soften up that Fresh Freesia a little bit more, if there's a harsh line between the colors, you can. But I think that's good. I think we're good. Let's do the rest of our stamping as long as we have our inks out. I'm going to leave my Gorgeous Grape out. We're going to do some stamping with that. So let's set this aside and set my blending brush aside. We are going to do some stamping on the inside panel of our card. So grab that larger white one. And we're going to do some stamping there. I'm going to stamp my greeting in Gorgeous Grape. This one says, "You are all kinds wonderful." My greetings come from the stamp set. Now this card you'll notice that this one is not going to pull all the way out. And we'll go over why that is in just a minute, but it's kind of anchored in with this little firefly. So make sure that you keep your stamping to like the top half of it, even like the top third of it. Just keep that up there. Okay, we're done with our gorgeous gray. With that aside, we're gonna stamp a few little fireflies. So I have basic gray, and I have the biggest little firefly here, or lightning bug, whatever you call them. And then I have the little one, and let's see, I think I put the other little one going down, yeah. So going down that way. Okay, so that's it for our basic gray. So we'll put that aside. And we have crushed curry. And we're just going to add the little glows on the bottoms, on their little bottoms, just like that. Okay, perfect. So that's crushed curry. And then we have one more thing to stamp, and that is our greeting. So I'm going to pull out garden green for that. So we'll put this aside, pull out that little strip of white for our greeting. And we will stamp this. Thanks for lighting the way greeting. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I'd love to know what colors you guys think are going to retire. I've been asking the team that. I think I've been asking everybody that, but what do you think is going to retire? Okay, so let's work on the outside of the card now. So if you have any thoughts on the retired list, put them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Make sure you're commenting to be entered to win that, the little prize I'm giving away too. Okay, now my card base is 9 by 5.5, and it is scored at 4 1/4 and at 8.5. So we have a little tab over here. So this is going to just kind of fold in and make like a little pocket like this. But we're going to do some other stuff before we get to assembling that. Okay, so let's adhere our vellum piece. So where's my adhesive? Here it is. I'm just going to use Stampin' Seal for this, and I'm going to keep my adhesive kind of in the middle just so it doesn't show. I'm not going to go all the way to the edges. And the front of your card is going to be the panel that has that 1/2" tab on the right. And we're going to adhere this piece down as well. And we're going to stick that on just right over. You're just going to get just a little bit of that vellum showing through. I'm going to give this a good press on the other side. Okay, so this is our front, our card. So let's pull out our paper trimmer, which, hang on, I have it kind of buried. Here we go. We're going to pull out our paper trimmer. We're going to cut a slit for our little firefly to kind of slide along, and that's what's going to make this card pull up with a little firefly going up and down. So you're going to put this into your card or your paper trimmer. I'm going to line it up about 7 inches. So my 1/2" flap is on the, let me move this over a little bit. My 1/2" flap is on the right side, and I'm lining up the left side at about 7 inches. What you want is about 1 inch in from the right on this purple panel. So you can even kind of line it up here. So it's about 1 inch, you know, I might move it over just a little bit. So it's about 1 inch on that purple panel. And then you're just going to cut, so I'm going to use my dark gray one, and I'm going to cut about 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom. And I'm going to go through that a couple of times because we're going through 3 layers of cardstock. So just kind of go over it a couple of times, and then just kind of see if you have that slit. So we do have that slit cut. If you don't have that slit cut, you can put it back in, try to line it up, or use like a craft knife or a hobby knife, an X-Acto knife, whatever, and just kind of try to finish that trim. But your paper trimmer should be able to handle that, even though it's 3 layers. One of those layers is vellum, which is pretty thin, so you should be able to do it. Okay, so we have our little slit here. So this is what's going to make it slide. It's about 1 inch, maybe a little more than 1 inch from the right. It's about 1 inch from the top and the bottom of the card. So you do not want to cut all the way through. So let me show you with my bone folder. This is as far as it's going, okay? So you don't want to cut all the way through. All right, we are going to get this piece, and you know what? I need another piece of white. I didn't trim it. I need a piece, hold on. You need a scrap piece of white. Mine I'm just going to use, which is it's going to be about 2 by 1. So I'm going to get my paper trimmer back out. So let me see, 2. This part doesn't have to be exact. I mean, I'm using an exact measurement here, but it absolutely, it doesn't, let's see. Let me try down here. It does not have to be an exact measurement. It can just be a little scrap piece. This is just going to be like our little anchor piece. So, okay. So 2 by 1-ish and your inside piece. All right, I'm going to pull out some strong adhesive. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus on this. And I'm going to put some super strong adhesive just on one side. So I just have that on my left side of this little 2 by 1 piece. Okay, the adhesive side is on this side. I'm going to poke it through like this, okay? All the way down to the bottom. I'm going to leave, I don't know, like 1/2 inch hanging out on this side. And my adhesive is on this side. It's popped up on this side. So just go ahead and lay that down. And, oh, you know what? Let's rewind for just a second. Hang on. Let's close this up because we need to punch a little finger notch. So I have my 1 3/4 inch circle punch. You guys, we have these in the online exclusives now. So we have punches back, circle punches. I'm just going to kind of eyeball center and just give that a little press. Okay, now let's go back to where we were. So I'm going to stick my little piece in here. It is going to be sticky side up as far down to the bottom as you can, with about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch showing on the front. Okay, make sure it's nice and straight, as far down as it can go. Now we're going to take this inside piece that we stamped, flip it face down, and line it up with the very top, center it left and right, line it up with the top, and then adhere it down to that little tab. Now what's going to happen is when you pull this up, that little tab will go up and down as well, but it's all safe and secure in there. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So not too hard, you're just cutting a slit. Now think of the other things that you could do with this. We have that like pirate ship bundle. You can do this with that, make that sail back and forth. We have the little scooter pig too. You can make that sail back or, you know, drive back and forth. I think that would be really cute, and from that birthday piggy stamp set. So many different things you can do with this with the butterflies. So many different things. All right, super strong adhesive on that 1/2 inch tab. All right, make sure everything is lined up nice and in the center left and right. And then close over that adhesive, that 1/2 inch tab piece, and then the back. And that's going to just seal your card down. This will fit in a standard size envelope. The finished card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it's going to fit in your standard size envelope. Perfect, right? Isn't that fun? Okay, let's add our ribbon. So I'm just going to pull this out just a little bit. I'm going to add our ribbon on here. So I'm just using a regular hole punch. I have my fresh freesia ribbon that we are going to attempt to put through here. See how this goes. Okay, once that's in there, we're going to tie it up. I'm going to use my baker's twine for this. We're just going to tie a bow. Now on my sample one, I actually used the gray baker's twine. I am somehow out of the gray baker's twine. I don't know how that happened. I must have used that one for a class or something, so I'm out of it. So we're using the vanilla, which I think coordinates well with like those yellows in the card and stuff. So I think it's fine. You can also use white or black, whatever you want to use. All right, I'll grab my ribbon scissors and we're going to give everything a little trim here. So this little ribbon is really just going to help tell your recipient that they need to pull up on this card. Now, if you need more room to write, because this card is not going to pull up all the way, if you want more room to write, you can either write on the back here or write on the back here. You can always put another panel back here to do your writing on. Okay. All right. We have the front basically assembled. So let's get to putting the rest of our card together. So let's talk about all our pieces. So let's put our lantern together because that will give us some time to have that dry. So I'm going to do liquid glue. You could always put this on an adhesive sheet too. I'm just going to do a little bit, just kind of swiping it. I'm not even squeezing it. And we're going to do that crushed curry circle and just kind of line that up, center it as best we can, just like that. And then for a little bit of extra glow, we're going to, glue all over me. we're going to put that vellum circle behind it as well. And that's just going to give it like just a little bit of extra glow there. Isn't that cute? That lantern is just so stunning, so cute. All right, let's put together our last little firefly here. So we have the wings, which are cut out of that Vellum Basics. So I'm gonna put a little dot of glue here. You can use glue dots here too. And then I cut my body out of Smoky Slate, and you're just gonna line that up, just like that. And then his little, I don't know what you call this, like the tail, the little firefly part. You're just going to, oh, hold on. Come on, little firefly. That gets stuck down, and then we're just going to line the body up with that. Okay, so you're going to set this aside to dry. So you should have 3 of these total. I got to adjust his wings a little bit. Hang on, there we go. So 3 of these little fireflies total for your card. So I'll set that one aside to dry a little bit. And then you have 3 So Saffron circles from the Stylish Shapes dies. And before we adhere those to our little fireflies, I'm going to give them a coating of Wink Stella. So that is going to just make them sparkly and shiny and really just kind of help their little lights kind of glow. So just go over that with your Wink of Stella, which is my favorite, one of my favorite tools. Okay, let's bring back all of our little fireflies. We're gonna assemble them all. Okay. So again, you can use glue dots, you can use whatever adhesive you want. A little bit of adhesive on the back of that, and we're just going to adhere them down just like that. So a little adhesive on the back, just adhere them, their little glowing bodies, just like that. All right. All right, we have all of our pieces. We are ready to assemble. Okay, let's get our card base back, and let's start with our leaves. I'm going to use again, liquid adhesive for this. Glue dots would work. You can use your Stampin' Seal. You can even cut these out on adhesive sheets too. All right, so this one's going to kind of go under here a little bit. Don't let it hang off the sides. We're just going to kind of stick that leaf on there. And then we're going to stick this one on as well. You can see I stamped something on the back of that, but that's okay. Cardstock has 2 sides, right? Just make sure this doesn't go off the edge or off the bottom. We may trim it off the bottom a little bit. Trim the bottom of this just a little bit because our greeting is going to cover this. So just trim that bottom a little bit. All right, we're going to do the kind of the same thing on the other side. We're going to add some adhesive to our little leaves here. That, and this one will go on, and this one's going to kind of swoop over like that, and I'm just going to trim off that stem just like that. Okay, like that. Now we're going to put our greeting on right over the bottom, and that will go on with dimensionals. And actually, before we do that, let's put our lantern on. So more liquid glue or glue dots, however you want to do this. Do a bunch up there, and then just a little bit here. And I'm going to actually try to tuck this under this little leaf here. I think that's, let's see if we can go a little bit lower. Like that. Okay, I think we're good. Liquid glue gives you a little bit of time to maneuver it however you want. Doesn't that red look so good with that purple? I just love it. So pretty. Okay. You guys, we're almost there, I promise. Let's put on the greeting with dimensionals. This is going to go all the way on the bottom. I'm trying to just cover up any of those little branches hanging down from the leaves. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's get our fireflies on. 2 of them are going to go on with dimensionals. So let's flip 2 of those over, and we'll stick them on using dimensionals. So one of them is going to go up here, and I'm going to kind of cover up the top of this lantern piece here, and that way you don't have to worry about like tying a bow on it or making it look fancy. And then the other one's going to go kind of over here. Actually, you know, this one I think I put down flat. So let's take off that dimensional. This one you want to, if you're going to interfere with this track at all, you just want to make sure that it's laying nice and flat so that it doesn't interfere with the track. Again, adhesive sheets would be a great little piece for this one. So just some liquid glue here. And I'm not going to put it on top of the track. I'm going to hang it kind of off, and then we'll trim this, anything that's hanging off the edge. We'll trim that off. Okay, now our last little firefly is going to go on our white piece here. Now if you need to trim it at all, you can, which I think I'm going to just kind of trim this into a little bit of a point. And you can even maybe attach your firefly before you adhere this this slider piece inside, and that way you can trim it exactly. I think that's going to be good. Maybe just a smidgen more. Okay, I think we're good. Perfect. So we're going to set that on there. So I'm going to add some liquid glue just to that little slider tab, and we're going to set our firefly right on top of it. And that will slide up and down. Isn't that pretty? So just make sure, we're going to give that some time to dry, but just make sure that anything that is in that slider track is just adhered flat. Okay, so we just trimmed off the side of there, and that, it almost completes our card. I just remembered we have to put on our embellishments, but isn't that fun? Oh my gosh, I just love it. Okay, for our final embellishments, I'm using the opaque adhesive back gems. These are in the mini catalog as well. We're just going to use these gorgeous grape ones over here, and I should grab my take your pick tool, but oh well. So you get lots of different sizes with this one. They come in lots of different colors. The sweet sorbet, fresh freesia, and white. So I mean, you've got lots of options with here, and I'm just going to add like 5 of them to this, which I think, yep, I think that's good. But this showstopper of a card is complete. Isn't that fun? So you're going to get your greeting, you're going to get even more surprises on the inside. But that little firefly or lightning bug, whatever you call it, will slide up and down. Isn't that fun? Now this technique card, I mean, remember this sliding mechanism, you can do this with so many other different stamp sets, bundles. So look around your stash, what you have, what you can do it with. It is so much fun. I'd love to see what you guys do with it. Okay guys, that's it for me. I will not be live on Sundays in April, but I will be back, or yeah, in April, but I will be back on Sundays in May, I think. Always watch my VIP group for details on that, but you can always catch me live every Wednesday morning in my business page, and I will make sure and post about that on Tuesday about what time I'll be going live. I always have to check my husband's work schedule for that. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Remember, watch everything coming this Wednesday afternoon. It's going to be big. There's lots of things happening, so watch for everything coming on Wednesday afternoon. And as always, have a great day. If you are shopping, please head to my online store. Use this host code. And thank you guys so much for helping me celebrate 20 years. Remember to be entered into the giveaway. You need to comment in the video description. You can comment anything. You can comment what your favorite card was over the last month, or just anything you want. Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.